What's up, guys? It's a moment for me to the meatless, and today I want to address the protein myth. And man, this is so prevalent that it's ridiculous. And some of you guys know I've been working out since I was 15. I'm 38 now. That's 23 years, and for the first from age 15 to 18, I just ate more, right? No, I didn't eat more at first. I learned at 16 to start eating more. I started eating more, and then when I was 18 is when I started to eat a gram of protein per pound of body weight, because I had a bit more control over my diet. So at 18, I started eating a gram of protein per pound of body weight, and I did that all the way until I was 30, at least a gram of protein per pound of body weight. That's 12 years, okay? Now at 30, I became vegan. My protein intake lessened to a bit less than a gram of protein per pound of body weight, like 0.8, something like that. And I did that for years. And then I went raw, okay? And what happened then was my protein went way down because I just couldn't get 240 grams, weighing 240 at the time. I couldn't get 240 grams realistically without eating an incredible amount of either calories or an incredible amount of protein powder. And I didn't want to do either of those. So, and the reason that I didn't want to do more protein powder than I was already doing is for health reasons. I don't, it's like, I didn't want to overdo it with the powder, right? I wanted to have the minimal amount. And with eating too many calories, I didn't want to get all out of shape and, not lean and have a bunch of excess fat on me. So that's why I didn't want to do that. So I'm so hungry right now, guys, so I'm gonna, I knocked my mic off. I'm so hungry that I'm gonna make this quick. But anyway, so since I've been raw consistently for the past 2 years, I've been mostly raw, and I've had way less protein than a gram per pound of body weight. I've had less than 0.6 grams per pound of body weight. And here's the thing, I've gotten bigger and I've gotten stronger. So, I had one person a while back say, your physique hasn't changed in, years. And I had to laugh because that person, it just shows me how not observant that person is. Because if they had noticed anything, they would have noticed that this year, I've gotten in much better shape than I was even last year. They would have noticed that I've gotten noticeably bigger. Everything is noticeably bigger, fuller. I've gotten stronger, quite a bit stronger. And quite a bit stronger. And so, and that's affected my physique in a positive way. So, so it's interesting because I've done that having not enough protein. Which brings me back to the point of this video is they say you need all this protein, and it's not true. Like it's so crazy. I see like everybody is obsessed with protein. Everybody is trying to get a gram of protein per pound of body weight. Even people that don't work out are trying to get all this protein in, and I'm just like, why? You don't have to think about protein. That's not something that you need to think about. You just eat your meals balanced, have your meals be balanced, eat a variety, don't eat one food for every meal or something. And your protein will take care of itself, right? So I'm not against protein. I'm not saying that protein is necessarily inherently a bad thing. If you get too much, though, it can be hard on your kidneys. If you get too much, it does get peed out into the toilet. If you get too much, your body does have to filter that excess protein. It does take more energy for your body to digest protein than it does to digest the other macronutrients. So to drive home what I'm trying to say is you don't need nearly as much protein as you think you need. I see all these people that aren't even muscular trying to get in all this protein. And it's like, man, you're not even muscular. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Why? Like, you eat more protein than I do, and you're not even muscular. So what are you doing? There's no reason to do that. Those calories would be better spent on other macronutrients than protein, and getting some really good quality carbohydrates, getting some really good quality fats in. You could use those calories for that, right? So how much protein do you really need? I don't know exactly how much protein you really need. I just know that the recommended amount is wrong. I know that it's 100% wrong. I mean, guys, I get right now so little, I don't know, I might get like 50, 60 grams a day. I weigh way over 200 pounds. And I just weighed myself the other day. I was 225, right? So 225, a little bit down from 230. That's just a matter of not eating that much food, but I want to be lean, right? I want to maintain a certain level of leanness. And I like how lean I am in the 220s. So that being said, you just don't need as much protein as you think you do. You really don't. So consider lowering your protein intake. And then also there's another question that I have that I don't really know and I don't really have the answer to, and that is, if you're raw, do you need less protein raw than if you're eating cooked food? And I don't know. Does your body absorb a way higher amount? I don't know. This is new territory, right? Because science doesn't really study these things properly, at least, because they're not I don't make any sense if science is correct. So I do know there are some guys that eat cooked food and they get 0.6 grams of protein per pound of body weight and they build muscle just fine. So I know that that's, fine, but how much lower than that is really on us to see. But here's the thing. If you want to build muscle, you do have to eat enough food. You have to get enough calories. Okay? You have to figure out what that is for you. And if you have trouble doing that, because it can be tricky, that's where you have somebody like me to come in and help you and work with you closely and figure out exactly what you need. But if you don't know, then if you've been maintaining the same weight, you should probably eat a little bit more if you're working out hard to build muscle. And if you're a skinny guy, you definitely should be eating more. Don't go and get fat, but at the same time, you do need to eat more. And you have to train. You have to train hard. So, and you have to train properly, right? You have to train properly and you have to recover properly. It all goes hand in hand. So yeah, with that being said, guys, the protein thing is super overrated and it's misleading because I don't think they really know how much protein we need. You guys are looking at somebody who gets less protein than most women get these days. And I'm not an average sized guy. I'm way bigger than an average guy. I'm 6'4". And I get less than women get, right? But look at me, you know what I mean? I have all of this muscle. I'm an anomaly, right? Because they don't study people like me. And people like me, there aren't as many, right? But I just want to tell you guys that so you don't have to go and eat all this protein. You think you're going to eat all this protein. You eat all this damn protein and you still small. You eating all this protein and you still ain't strong. You still ain't big. So what are you doing? What are you doing? What is the reason for eating if you ain't getting jacked, why are you eating all the protein? You don't know what you're doing. You've been lied to. You've been misled, okay? And maybe you've been misled by people who are misled themselves, or maybe it's intentional. Maybe they're intentionally misleading you and they know the truth. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but what I do know is that we do not need anywhere near the protein that we think to build muscle. So, recap. Eat less protein. Stop believing the bullshit crap. Stop believing the BS. And get on a good, healthy diet where you're having a variety of foods, plenty of raw foods. Plenty of raw foods. They should be a staple for everybody. And and train. If you want to build muscle, train, work out, hit it hard, and learn how to train properly and progress, and you'll put on the muscle. But protein is not going to do it for you. Okay? All right. I'm out. Peace.